Have you ever found yourself staring down at your phone and thinking to yourself, man, if only there was a fun and interactive RPG mobile game with cute anime waifus, cool and unique battle systems, guild versus guild co-op battles, and oh, I don't know, if the entire thing was made by Yoko Taro, the creator of Nier Automata, aka Robot Waifu Heaven? Hi, I'm Joey, and boy do I have some good news for you. Because a game like that does happen to exist and also happens to be the sponsor for today's video. Let me introduce to you SinoAlice. You can play a number of characters that are based off of storybooks like Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, Red Riding Hood, and my personal favorite, Cinderella, because she is a crazy, hot, tanned gyaru who I would let step on me any day of the week. This story-driven battle RPG has an intertwining narrative, so the further you advance in the story, the more of these characters come together and start fighting alongside one another. Hell yes, friendship. You can create your ultimate deck by combining character classes and weapons to advance the story or flex on other IRL players in the Colosseum. Each weapon comes with its own weapon story, and each character and class has its own unique art style because no human ever has complained about a game having too much culture. The game even has a chat function where you can communicate with your fellow guild members, and these stickers are cute as fuck though, am I right? If you want to farm, there's an auto mode function that does all the hard work for you, and because Yoko Taro is the reincarnation of gamer girl Jesus, you can also participate right now in the Nier Automata campaign where you can get your hands on Nier Automata characters like 2B, Emil, and A2. Look at those thighs though! What the fuck? Not only does this limited time event ending August 6th feature music by Keiichi Okabe/Monika from Nier Automata, but we'll also get a Nier replicant event immediately afterwards. Yoko Taro, you spoil us. The game is available in over 130 countries on both iOS and Android, so if you're interested in this game, then make sure to go down to the link in the description below. Thanks to SinoAlice for sponsoring today's episode, and I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah. My boys! That's it! I swear to God, I have had it like up to here with y'all. If you guys don't know, I do a little series on this channel where I go over your guys' anime lists, and I essentially roast the fuck out of your terrible anime tastes. Look, I can't help in doing that. It's your guys' fault for having the most garbage taste possible in anime. And you know, like any good satirical video where we go over and trash each other's anime tastes, I always encourage you guys at the end of both of those videos, which I have left down in the description below if you want to check it out, to go over to my anime list and roast the fuck out of my opinions. But you know what? We're not having that anymore, because the only one who can roast my horrible taste in anime
is none other than myself.
So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. So I am on my anime list right now, my very, very old anime list, as you can see. Jesus Christ, I joined June 2013. You know this is old because of my username, which is an old username I used to have online. Obviously not anymore. But if you guys don't know what my anime list is, as the name suggests, it is a website where you can go over and list off all of the anime that you have watched, are about to watch, have dropped, are planning to watch, all that kind of stuff. Basically, it's just a nice way to catalog the giant amount of anime that you have possibly watched or not watched. In my case, obviously, it is a place that I go to, or I used to go to catalog all of the anime I watch, because your boys watched a lot of anime. But unfortunately, it's been a little bit of a while since I've updated my anime list. As you can see over here, where it says last anime updates, the last thing I updated was dropping Eromanga Sensei and giving it a 2 out of 10. How very fitting of me. But since it's been so long since I've given these scores, you know, this was very early in my anime watching career. I would like to think that probably updated this maybe about 2 years ago, maybe even less than that, depending on whenever Eromanga Sensei came out. And obviously, as the years have gone by, my tastes in anime have definitely changed, as does everybody's. I mean, the more anime you watch, it's expected that your tastes in anime are going to change. So, not only will this be a great way to basically band together and to just absolutely shit all over my horrible taste in anime, but it'll also be, I guess, a cool little retrospective to like look back and think like, oh, I wonder what shows I gave a high score that don't deserve it anymore, or what shows I gave a low score that didn't deserve as harsh of a judgment. But first of all, can you guys just give me some props that I've seen almost 500 shows, and honestly, because it's been so long since I've updated this, at this point, I think I've already seen over 500 shows. I have 12 currently watching, that's a fat lie. I've dropped 22. Obviously, not dropped as many. I've watched 11,000 episodes, bro. Almost 12,000 episodes of anime. God damn. 180 days of my life. That's like full on 6 months of my life Gone from watching Japanese cartoons. I hope you're proud of me, Mom. But without further ado, let's jump in and start the roasting, shall we? Alright, let's go to the currently watching. I am currently not watching any of this. Wow. This is a very long time ago, dude. Holy shit. Alice the Zoroku Kakeguru? Jesus, Little Witch Academia TV? That was like 2 years ago. What the fuck? Okay, I can honestly say that the shows I did watch out of these currently watching shows, the ones I finished were Kakeguru, Little Witch Academia, Recreators, and I think Shumatsu Nani Shitemasu ka? I mean, it says here I'm currently watching My Hero Academia 2nd season. I never started that shit. I know me saying that is probably gonna get me absolutely flanked in the comments, but hey man, I'm just being real with you guys. I finished season 1 and I just thought it was okay. If you'd like to hear my full thoughts on it, then I've left the link to a video where I give you my full honest thoughts on My Hero Academia. But suffice to say, I never started season 2. I should probably get on that. Okay, Kakeguru, I'm probably going to give a 5. Just because it was, as the name suggests, pretty average to me. In terms of gambling anime, definitely Kaiji did it the absolute best. I don't think there's any denying that. In fact, to even compare Kaiji and Kakeguru is kind of an offense to Kaiji, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Little Witch Academia, though, I quite enjoyed. I didn't enjoy it as much as the OVA, but I'm still gonna give it like a 7 because it was pretty good. Recreators, I really fucking enjoyed. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I'll probably give it, oh man, hard to say. I'll probably give it an 8. It was pretty freaking good. I mean, I gave my thoughts, even though it is an isekai or a reverse isekai, and you guys know how I feel about my isekai shows, it was still pretty goddamn good. I think when we did the isekai tier list video that I did with my good friend Gigak, which I'll leave up there on the screen as well, then I think we put it on the S tier rank. And the other one I finished was Shumatsu Nani Shitemasu ka? Isogashii desu ka? Sukutte moraimasu ka? This again is like another like kind of like fantasy show, not isekai if I remember correctly. I just thought it was okay. I mean, the light novels were definitely better, so I'll give it a 6 for the time being. All these other ones, though, I definitely did not finish, so I think we'll just leave it at that. But more importantly, now let's go over to the completed section and see if I agree with any of the scores I gave to any of the shows, because if you guys have seen that latest episode of the Trash Taste podcast, if you guys don't know which is a podcast that me, Gigak, and Sea-Dog do, then you guys know that the meme over on that channel is that I once gave School Days a 10 out of 10.
It's so funny that you say like the School Days like Mal is either like a 10 or a 2. I was definitely one of those people who put it as a 10.
I know you did, you piece of shit.
Don't disown me, Dad. But like any good anime critic and anime watcher, I've changed my opinions multiple times. So hopefully we can say the same thing about the 500 something shows that I have watched over my lifetime. Man, just looking at these titles is throwing me back to like the time period that I watched it in. Like when I like look at Air, for example, I still agree with the score I gave it. I still agree that it was an 8 out of 10. But like whenever I just hear the name of that show, it just like gives me that flashback, that wave of nostalgia when I first watched it. And man, if I could like remove a memory from my head of any anime, Air would definitely be up there, because holy shit, what I would kill to watch that again. Oh my god, dude. We found our first problem. Achikochi, 8 out of 10. Okay, look, I'll admit, Achikochi, cute as fuck, right? I mean, Sumiki, I thought was one of the most adorable anime characters that I'd ever seen, like ever. But an 8 out of 10? Nah, dude. It was good, but it wasn't that good, alright? I'm pushing that shit maybe down to like a 6. I think that's a little more appropriate. I know a lot of people got on my ass for giving Akame ga Kill a 4 out of 10, and that's me being nice. I would have... honestly, I might even push that down to like a 3 out of 10, but I know if I say anything bad about the Akame ga Kill anime, then there's this really dedicated group of people who just love to get on people's asses about it. Obviously, the only edgy show that they've ever seen is Akame ga Kill, so, you know, not much you can do about that. Akisora, 5 out of 10? Hell no, bro. That was one of the most boring softcore henties that I had ever seen, alright? I'm giving it maybe like a 3. Oh my god, Aoi Sekai no Chushin de... Oh, I remember this one. Wasn't this that like really shitty fucking like OVA series that was essentially just like Sega versus Nintendo? It was like the console wars, but with really fucking two-dimensional boring ass characters in this boring ass setting. Like the concept was really cool, but Jesus Christ, 3 out of 10? You know what? I think I'm gonna push that down. Maybe I'm gonna give it a 2. honestly. I'm thinking to give it a 1 maybe, but I'll save it for the time being. Oh man, all of these shows are just fucking bringing me back, dude. Undercover Under the Bridge, Bacano, I still think deserves a 10 out of 10. Jesus Christ, can we please get another season of Bacano? Also, can these motherfuckers on the internet stop sleeping on Bacano? Seriously, if you're watching this video right now and you've never seen Bacano, do me a solid. Do your boy an absolute solid and go and watch it. It is only 13 episodes. It is short, but so goddamn sweet. Oof. Erased. 7 out of 10. I don't think I was harsh enough on that, honestly. I think I'm gonna, you know what, even though it had amazing first 8 episodes, just those last couple of episodes, man, the ultimate cucking that main character got at the end, the unjustified cucking that not only the main character got, but we, as viewers of anime, got with that fucking shoehorn-ass ending, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go in the middle. I'll give it a 6. Very light 6, alright, but you better watch yourself, Erased. You know what? I'm looking at these lists right now, and I don't think I can, like, so far, we're, like, coming up to our, like, first 100. So far, I don't think there's, like, anything that I disagree with too much. Oh, hold on a second. Found another problem. Corpse Party Missing Footage and Corpse Party Tortured Souls. 5 out of 10. Yeah, wasn't that good. This is definitely telling of a time period and, like, I guess mentality that I kind of had. If you guys don't know, back in like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there, like when I was still doing Let's Plays, remember those kids? When I was still doing Let's Plays, one of the game franchises that I guess my channel was pretty much known for was the Corpse Party series. Probably because not only did I play Corpse Party 2, which was a game that only just came out, was only available in Japan, but also I played a spin-off visual novel of Corpse Party called Corpse Party Sachiko's Birthday, something like that. I mean, it's pretty freaking niche. It's a Corpse Party spin-off, but it's a comedy visual novel. Yeah, wrap your head around that shit. And I think because I was in this whole, like, Corpse Party phase, that when I found out that the Corpse Party series had 2 different OVA series, I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And I watched it and I was like, I think I was on that high, you know, on that adrenaline high of like, yeah, Corpse Party's fucking awesome, and so anything that Corpse Party brings out is pretty freaking good. And I think I remember when I gave it a 5 out of 10, that was me being very, very harsh back in the day. But now that I am a jaded old man who is way past that cringy Corpse Party face, I definitely would not give either of these two a 5 out of 10. It is not deserving of a goddamn 5 out of 10. So yeah, I think at least with Corpse Party Tortured Souls, I'm probably gonna give it like a 2. And Corpse Party Missing Footage, that was only a 1 episode OVA, and I don't think it was as bad as Tortured Souls, so I'll save it some trouble, give it like a very light 3 out of 10, alright? Hold on a second. I gave Dakara Boku Echi ga Dekinai a 5 out of 10, which I agree with, but how come I gave the fucking 1 episode OVA, which was, I believe it was just like a straight up beach episode, a 6 out of 10? Bruh, my boy being horny on me. Let's put you down to the same level as the actual TV series. Yes. Now this one is very much a controversial opinion of mine. Danganronpa the animation, I gave a 7 out of 10. First of all, I would not give it a 7 out of 10 now. I would probably give it maybe a 6 or a 5. Probably closer to a 5. And I think the only reason I gave it a 7 back in the day is because I hadn't actually played the game. In fact, my first exposure to the Danganronpa franchise was the anime. I know, Danganronpa fans right now are probably writhing in their chairs at the moment, and I totally feel you on that, because it wasn't until after I watched this anime that I was like, huh, this is based off a game, let me go and play the game. And I did. I played all 3 of the games, and I can definitely say that compared to the 3 games, especially the first game, the animation was pretty freaking average, to say the least. And I still don't understand why the fuck they never adapted Danganronpa 2, which inarguably is the best Danganronpa game in the franchise, okay? How come they skipped over the best game in the franchise and just went from 1 to 3? I'll never understand that, but the one thing I will understand is giving Danganronpa the animation a 5, because it was pretty freaking average, especially compared to the games. Okay, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, Death Parade I gave an 8 out of 10. I honestly think this is probably a 10 out of 10. Yes, I know, very, very heated, but I recently rewatched a couple of episodes, different episodes of Death Parade, and my god, the amount of attention to detail in that show and just the pure feeling of, I guess, like, existentialism that I got out of rewatching Death Parade was just... It was really refreshing, weirdly enough, and man, I gave it an 8 because I'm sure I found it pretty freaking amazing, but I think now I'm in more of a headspace to, I guess, fully appreciate Death Parade a lot more, so I'm definitely giving it like a strong 9 to a 10. Please give it a go. It's only 12 episodes, and I guarantee it is freaking amazing. Also, that opening by Bradio has to be one of the most boppin' anime openings of the 2010s. So please, go and check it out. Oh my god, okay. Of course I did. Of course I gave Elfen Lied a 9 out of 10. Of course I did. Again, it's like Corpse Party, man. I was just in that edgy ass, like, the more gore, the better phase, right? Like, of course I was. And of course, with Elfen Lied, which back in the day was one of the most brutal series that had come out onto TV, of course I gave it a 9 out of 10. Now, since then, obviously I have come out of my cringy, edgelord phase of, like...
Yeah, more gore and violence, please.
Because as much as I'm okay with gore and violence, Elfen Lied did not age well, let's just say that. Especially the art style did not age well, and since then I have actually read the original manga series, and my god, I thought the anime was gory and violent and fucked up. Jesus Christ, the manga takes it to like a million steps further somehow. I don't know what is wrong with the author, but I would like to sit down and have a chat to him about it. Nowadays, I would definitely not give Elfen Lied a 9 out of 10. As much as I thought it's still a pretty good show, again, did not age very well. And since then, I have definitely started to pinpoint some of the inaccuracies of the story and whatnot, so I think I'll give it a 7. I think that's fair. Yeah, again, it wasn't bad. I definitely do recommend the show if you want to go back and watch like a classic that was back in the day very controversial, very talked about. People still talk about Elfen Lied to this day. Okay, what the fuck? I gave Genki Okaki no Taiyo a 7? Did anyone even watch Genki Okaki no Taiyo? Seriously, like, I think that's one of those shows that no one fucking watched back in the day, and I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of it. I personally wouldn't recommend you to go watch it right now, because it's definitely not a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna bring that down to like a 5, because, Jesus Christ, I barely remember anything about it, other than it was just essentially just a Madoka Magica wannabe, just a very edgy magical girl show, but not as impactful as Madoka was, not even close, so yeah, definitely 5 out of 10 material. Oh, that's oh. I'm glad I spotted this before it was too late, because if I had kept this shit as it was, your boy was about to get fucking cancelled, bro. I gave fucking Hetalia a 7 out of 10. What the fuck is wrong with me? Hetalia, if you guys don't know, is one of those shows that, if it aired today, in 2020, my god, Twitter would be going crazy over it right now. Because, racist is like a very loose term to describe what Hetalia is and was. First of all, I don't know how the fuck I sat through 52 episodes of this shit, and this is just season 1. There was like 5 seasons of this shit. How? I don't fucking know. But I would absolutely not give it a 7 out of 10. I even remember specifically struggling to make it through those 52 episodes. Why did I give it a 7 out of 10, bro? It's more like a 4, maybe. I definitely would not watch it again, and I was definitely put off when I found out that after 52 episodes of 5-minute episodes, there was like 4 more seasons of this shit. Hell no, bro. 4 out of 10 for you, bitch. Of course. My boy being horny on main, as always, giving High School DD, High School DD New, High School DD OVA, and High School DD Specials at least a 7 or an 8. I still agree. Infinite Stratos? 7? What the fuck? See, old Joey actually had some sense in him, because he gave Infinite Stratos 2 a 2 out of 10. Makes sense. But Infinite Stratos 1? 7 out of 10? Nah. Maybe I thought 7 out of 10 was average back in the day, but clearly I can't read English because it clearly says 5 average. So, what the fuck was wrong with me? Oh, okay. Ooh, this is This is quite interesting. I don't know what headspace I was in when I gave these shows these scores, but I gave Joker Game an 8 out of 10, and I gave Joshiraku a 7 out of 10. Honestly, how I feel about these shows now, it's essentially flipped. I think Joker Game deserves a lower score, maybe like a 6, and Joshiraku deserves a much higher score. I want to give it like an 8 or a 9. First of all, Joker Game was... Again, it was good. Not that amazing though, definitely. Especially after I watched 91 Days, which I believe followed Joker Game. I wouldn't watch Joker Game again, whereas I would watch 91 Days again, because 91 Days, shit was fucking awesome. And I'm gonna give Joshiraku a higher score than a 7. I'm probably gonna give it an 8 actually. Like a very high 8, light 9, because I think that this is one of those shows that I think only... maybe I will only enjoy, maybe I'm the only one who will only enjoy this, because this is definitely one of those shows where the comedy just does not translate in English. I mean, it's all about a bunch of high school girls who do rakugo stuff, and rakugo is just a type of comedy that revolves around the Japanese language and around Japanese culture, and if you are unfamiliar with that kind of comedy, then this show probably won't be very appealing to you. Kitakubu Katsudo Kiroku 8 out of 10? What the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, yeah, it was funny, I guess, but an 8 out of 10? Nah, dude, I'm good. I'm giving you a 6 out of 10 because you were definitely funnier than the average comedy anime back in the day. Konosuba Season 1, 7? Nah. You're much better than that, dude. Maybe because when Season 1 came out, this was before the absolute sheer abundance of isekai comedy series that were trying to basically emulate what Konosuba did back in the day, but nah. I've seen so much more Konosuba ripoffs since then. Nah, you at least deserve a 9, dude. Makenki 6 out of 10. And Specials 5 out of 10? Nah, dude. Again, this is obviously a much younger Joey that liked to watch anime without his pants on, apparently. I'm probably going to give both Makenki and Makenki Specials a 4 because, yes, although there were a lot of aspects that were pretty good, overall, it was pretty goddamn boring, and the show was definitely just way too oversaturated with ecchi. As much as I do love my tits and ass in anime, don't get me wrong, I am the henty boy after all. Sometimes I want to separate the two, you know? If I want to go watch henty, I'll go watch henty. But sometimes if I want to watch something that is trying to feed me a proper story, you gotta lay back on that shit, alright? I've grown up now. I am way more old and jaded, and I don't need those tits and ass in my life. I'm an independent woman! What the fuck? Mirai Nikki, 8 out of 10! You fucking edgelord douchebag! I'm gonna bring you down to like a 6 out of 10, dude. I mean, I was blinded, but now I can see that yes, while you know, maybe hot waifu material, at the end of the day, she's just another pink-haired crazy bitch. Oh, here we are. Here we are at that problematic show that everyone loves to meme about over on our podcast channel. School Days. It's a 7 out of 10. That used to be a 10. Let that sink in. What would I give it now? Hard to say. Definitely not a 7. That's for sure. You know what? I'm gonna compensate in the middle and go with a 5. It wasn't a 10. Definitely wasn't a 10. But it wasn't a 1 either. Alright? Like, it definitely had some good parts, but I still stand my ground to this day to say that that ending made up for a whole lot of bullshit that we had to experience throughout those 12 episodes, alright? Those other 11 episodes, it just got worse and worse and worse, but then that final payoff, still to this day, satisfying as fuck. And you can argue all you like about that down in the comments below, but I still stand my ground on that. Okay, 2 movies here that I am going to definitely raise the scores on. Summer Wars, which I gave a 7 out of 10, bumping that up to a 9 out of 10 because I rewatched that movie recently. It's fucking amazing. And Suzumi Haruhi no Shoshitsu, which we also talked about in our latest podcast episode, is an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Again, like, both of these movies have not only aged absolutely fantastic, but as a movie experience are just fucking fantastic. You're gonna sort of 7 out of 10. Oh my god. Keep it in your pants, Joey. Although I do say that, I'm not changing that score because that is one of my That is one of my guilty pleasures. That and Kiss Sis is still my 2 guilty pleasure shows, so hate me all you want, I ain't changing that shit. But yeah, that's basically it for the completed shows. That's essentially, you know, weirdly enough, hadn't really changed the scores all that much. I mean, you know, obviously the ones that you just saw in this video, I changed the scores on, but for the amount of shows that I watched back in the day and the amount of different score levels that I have given to all these shows, surprisingly, I still agree with a very large majority of them. Obviously, I have to update this list with the shows that aren't on this list, with the shows that I have watched since then, so hopefully that'll be all finished by the time you guys are watching this video, but yeah, that's essentially my list. You guys, I'll leave the link to this list, my list, down in the comments below. Sorry, the description below, rather. So yeah, if you guys would like to take a closer look at the shows that I have ranked and not ranked, then feel free to let me know down in the comments below what you think. What shows would you roast my ass about? Because I appreciate those a lot. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to slap that motherfucking like button. Depending on how many likes we get, I might do a third video where I go over to your guys' My Anime List and roast your My Anime List lists, because you guys seem to really enjoy those 2 videos a lot, which again I'll leave down in the description below if you've never seen it. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this just absolutely self-deprecating video of mine, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banter, and keep watching anime. Johnny!